This is John Paul Rai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, and today I'm talking about how Marilyn Manson actually has a warrant out for his arrest. Now, when I first read the headline, I thought, you know, maybe something's moving forward with these abuse allegations, but as I read the article, I kind of found out that it was pretty much BS. Now the thing is, my whole life, I grew up when, you know, goth started to get kind of big, when it was at its peak, I think, in society, and you always have somebody who's got these, you know, black costumes and crazy lyrics, and, you know, they do like this goth type stuff and they get blamed for crimes that actually happen. They can't all be innocent. I'm not saying every time somebody who's goth looking and, you know, with all the dark stuff and makeup on gets blamed, it's not true. Sometimes it is, but I think most of the time it isn't true because most people aren't actually criminals, no matter who you are. So the point is, this here is almost fake news, aside from the fact that the warrant is real. The reason, however, isn't newsworthy. So let's take a look at this article, and you guys let me know what you think down below. Here we go. So, as you can see here, wanted, Marilyn Manson wanted on active arrest warrant in New Hampshire police. So, New Hampshire's a pretty small state. No disrespect to them, but like I said, I think it's a pretty small police department, and they might even be searching for people to arrest or kind of up their quota for the month or something. So they must have taken what happened here seriously. So let's get into what actually happened. An arrest warrant for Marilyn Manson was issued on Tuesday by police in New Hampshire after the musician allegedly failed to answer to pending charges for a 2019 incident involving a videographer. Sounds interesting. The Guilford Police Department issued a statement on its Facebook page explaining that the arrest warrant from Manson, whose real name is Brian Hugh Warner, was issued for 2 counts of Class A misdemeanor simple assault at the Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion. So I guess if you're, you know, on the side of Evan Rachel Wood and Esme Bianco, or however you say her name, the actress from Game of Thrones, you'd be like, ha, an arrest warrant out for Marilyn Manson. You'd be probably freaking out like, yes, what is it? Well, you'd be disappointed. Warner, his agent, and legal counsel have been aware of the warrant for some time, and no effort has been made by him to return to New Hampshire to answer the pending charges, police said. So, here it is. It is no secret to anyone who has attended a Marilyn Manson concert that he likes to be provocative on stage, especially in front of a camera. The statement reads, a misdemeanor claim was pursued after we received a demand from a venue videographer for more than $35,000 after a small amount of spit came into contact with their arm. After we asked for evidence of any alleged damages, we never received a reply, added King. The whole claim is ludicrous, but we remain committed to cooperating with authorities as we have done throughout. King means Howard King, who is one of Marilyn Manson's lawyers, and as you guys could start to see here, it looks like this guy thought he could suck out 35 grand from Marilyn Manson because Marilyn Manson was, I guess, spitting on stage or yelling and spit was coming out. Who knows? And it's just an example of how people try to take advantage of you when you're rich and famous. If anything, this kind of shows that people are trying to take advantage of Marilyn Manson, not because he's this criminal, he's this terrible person, but because he's rich and famous and he's an easy target. So the guy's hoping, it might be a woman, I'm not sure they say, the guy figures that he could go to a Marilyn Manson concert, get a little spit on his arm, and suck out 35 grand? Is it possible? Is it just possible that, to a different extent, somebody who was in a relationship with Marilyn Manson, let's say a bondage relationship that was a little kinky, a little crazy, could maybe think they could turn that into abuse and suck out a few $1 million or a couple $100,000 from Marilyn Manson now, in the present day? I don't know. That's my opinion. It doesn't sound crazy, though. I mean, what do you think little Miss Depp did? What do you think she did? Miss Depp, I say. A-H. Well, she thought she could marry Mr. Depp and suck out money from him by saying she was abused. I guess it's that simple these days. Or it could be. Or should we actually set a standard for evidence? Because without evidence, unfortunately, we have no right to say we know for sure. And they continue. He was spitting everywhere, and one time it got on her camera. Okay, so it was a woman, I apologize. It got on her camera, so she wiped it off and looked semi-irritated. He noticed this and kept purposely spitting on her camera. The supposed attendee claimed. I think her final straw is he got on the floor within 2 or 3 feet of her and hacked a giant snot rocket at her, not the camera. She was pissed off and disgusted, so she stormed off and he just laughed. Less than a week ago, the 52-year-old singer-songwriter's former assistant Ashley Walters joined a slew of women accusing and suing the rocker of allegedly abusive behavior. So they just say abusive behavior. No detail, no photos, no video, no audio recordings. They do have quite a few people allegedly saying these things. That is something. I can't ignore that. I can't totally take Marilyn Manson's side 100% or even 90%. But hell, I mean, I'll take his side like 75% until I see something rock solid. And I thought that was going to be this. And if he's like all, freaking riled up at a concert, he plays heavy music, he gets really into it, and he spits on the crowd, in a provocative performance, in a crazy performance, well, I don't really think that's means for $35,000. I think she should say, you could maybe buy me a new camera and a new, suit, whatever I was wearing. That's fair. If she was like, the camera's $1,000 and my suit or whatever is like $400, maybe she exaggerates. Okay, something like somewhat reasonable. I mean, not even reasonable, but if you get my drift, not like $35,000 worth for no reason. Then I'd be like, okay, she was irritated, she had an uncomfortable night, and she wants compensation for that job, that night, that experience, fine. But 35 grand or more goes a much longer way than saying I'm sorry for that one night. You guys, of course, let me know what you think below. I'm doing shout-outs, special thanks, things like that. If you don't subscribe, I'll be pretty sad, but I'll get over it. But wait, I got a quick shout-out. Shout-out to Kat on Twitter. I missed her shout-out before. I got kids, full-time job, really packed up. I miss a lot of shout-outs. Just let me know, and you will get a shout-out. Okay, we're really done this time. See you next time.